What's up everyone, and welcome to Video Game Book Club. Today on Take 5, I'm going to be taking a quick 5-minute look at Super Adventure Island on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System by Hudson Soft. This is Hudson Soft's follow-up to their amazing series, Adventure Island on the NES. Let's see how well they did on the Super Nintendo. Released in North America sometime during April of 1992, Super Adventure Island landed on the Super Nintendo between the releases of Adventure Island 2 and Adventure Island 3 on the NES. Just like in previous Adventure Island games on the NES, you take control of Master Higgins on his quest through his home on the ever-so-mystical Adventure Island. With this being Master Higgins' first soiree into the 16-bit generation, and me being extremely young when I first experienced Super Adventure Island, perhaps nostalgia took over a bit when I decided to play this again. You see, I didn't grow up with a Super Nintendo. I was a Genesis kid, but my aunt had the SNES. So I still have a lot of fond memories of playing these old Nintendo games with her whenever I would go and visit. Super Adventure Island was one of those games, so deciding to play it again was a no-brainer, and to be honest, I was really looking forward to it. That is, until I actually played it. The Adventure Island series as a whole is like any typical platformer. The way the stages are set up borrows heavily from Super Mario with the Island 1-Level 1 format. A big downside to Super Adventure Island is that you lose out on 3 islands. You go from 8 islands in Adventure Island 2, down to 5 in Super Adventure Island, then back up to 8 for Adventure Island 3. Keep in mind, 2 and 3 are on the NES. Why would you put less levels in a game on the more powerful system? It doesn't make any sense. Apparently there is a deeper story here as well, but since I don't have the manual, I was left to judge what was happening by the scenes. Higgins and his lady friend are enjoying a peaceful evening of stargazing, when suddenly a jerk in a cloak turns her to stone. From there, you're dropped into the first island by your pet bird, where you start your journey. You then play through numerous different environments on your way to defeat this cloaked a-hole, and at one point, you're swallowed by a whale. When you finally reach your nemesis, you discover that it is none other than... what's it? A pigliphant? Wait. Hold on. Seriously? He's an evil pig mixed with an elephant? Come on, this can't be real. Okay, no, I'm done. See ya. The music is something I can get behind. Each track shares an island funk, calypso feel, and I definitely dig it. Yuzo Koshiro produced an excellent soundtrack here. Even after stepping away from the game, I found myself humming the level tunes constantly, especially the very first level. Again with this nostalgia kick, but as soon as I heard that, the memories just came rushing back. The controls are pretty bad, but include your basic jump and weapon throw. You can do a higher jump if you press down on the D-pad before jumping, and collecting multiple weapon symbols powers up your weapon to the point of like a fireball type deal. And speaking of weapons, the selection of weapons in Super Adventure Island is incredibly lacking when compared to Adventure Island 2 and 3. However, Super Adventure Island does keep its hook of having your life meter drop during play, but you can collect fruit to regain your life. So, I guess kind of think of your life meter like a clock for the level, but you can refill the time. That concept is pretty unique. Don't get your hopes up thinking this game's gonna be a breeze, because from the less than stellar controls and somewhat cheap enemy placements at times, you'll die quite often. You'll drop a few F-bombs, maybe throw a controller or two, or maybe rage quit and mash the power button as hard as you possibly can. It is clear that nostalgia can play a huge part in our feelings towards something. Perhaps, in this case, I should have just left the memories alone and remembered the good times my aunt and I had while playing this. But, unfortunately, I didn't. I guess there's always Super Adventure Island 2, right? Now, Hudson had, is it Hudson Soft?